Hello everyone, happy Black History Month for the people. You know, we get 2 months a year, which, I guess is fine. As you can see, I'm not in my room. I'm in a different room in my house because my room is getting painted. We're getting hardwood down there. It's a lot going on. So I'm going to be up here, hopefully, for only this week. But I mean, I guess eventually I'm going to move up here, but I don't think I'll be in this room because it's the office. So yeah, I feel like I'm always recording at night. I feel like I've talked about that before, but with them putting the hardwoods in, it was too loud. I could hear all the way up here on the 3rd floor. You think you get away from all the noises because at first, the painting and the stuff up here, I could hear downstairs. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be able to get away. And it's like, no, you're not going to be able to get away. So yeah, I hope you all are doing well. If you haven't seen my short I made, I talked about the Blaxploitation genre, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about the movie Foxy Brown, which, I don't know why YouTube doesn't let you do 3-minute reels. But I uploaded like the main point. But basically, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some facts about Pam Grier, about her life, and then I'm going to talk about the movie. So she was born Pamela Suzette Grier. She's an American actress and singer. She was born May 26, 1949 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She has one sister and one brother. She says she is of mixed ancestry. She said that she is African American, Hispanic, Chinese, Filipino, and Cheyenne heritage. And Cheyenne is a Native American group. She achieved fame from her starring roles in 1970s action, Blaxploitation, and women in prison films for American International Pictures and New World Pictures. Which, when I was looking up stuff for this, I'm going to shorten it to AIP, if I can find where I was looking. Yeah, they're still like a thing. Like I didn't really look like too much into their Wikipedia page, but they started in 1968. But I saw some movies before then, but they were a part of, I think it's Myra Goldman, that one, big one. So yeah, and then they were like an independent one. But then they restarted 2 years ago. Well, 3 years ago now, because it's 2023. I keep forgetting. But yeah, what else? And she was nominated, these are all her accolades. She was nominated for an Emmy, a Golden Globe, a Screen Actors Guild Award, say that 5 times fast, a Satellite Award, and a Saturn Award. So she became famous because of her roles in the movie Coffee, where she was the titular character, and Foxy Brown, it's a titular character. So Coffee was in 1973. Foxy Brown came out in 1974. Her other major roles included The Big Doll House, which was 71, Women in Cages, 71, The Big Bird Cage, 72, Black Mama, White Mama, 73, Scream, Bacula Scream, also from 73, The Arena, 74, Sheba Baby, 1975, Bucktown, 1975, and Friday Foster in 1975. So she had moved to Los Angeles in 1967, and she was hired to work for AIP, and she was believed to be discovered by the director of Foxy Brown. I think he was also the director of Coffee. I guess I'll find out when I watch the movie, because I might, I actually do want to watch it too. Jack Hill is his name. And he cast her, his first casting of her was in his Women in Prison films, The Big Doll House, 1971, and The Big Bird Cage, 72. And then she also did a bunch of other Blaxploitation movies. She played bold, assertive women with her star in Coffee. She was a nurse in Coffee who seeks revenge on drug dealers. Her character was advertised in a trailer as the baddest one-chick hit squad that ever hit town. Sounds very 70s. The film was filled with sexual and violent elements typical of the genre, and it was a box office hit because, even now, That still sells. Grier is considered to be the first African-American female to headline an action film as a protagonist of previous Blaxploitation films were men. And so I'm going to talk about her current career. In 1977, she played the titular role in Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown, which was partly a homage to her 1970s Blaxploitation movies. She was nominated for numerous awards for her work in the Tarantino film, which, I mean, I don't know much about him, but sometimes I've heard some weird stuff about him, but I'm not going to go into it. She also appeared on the Showtime's The L Word, in which she played Kit Porter. So she was on there for 6 seasons until it ended in 2009. She occasionally guest stars on shows such as Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Apparently she's a recurring character. I have not seen her on the show. I haven't watched that show, honestly, in probably years. But I do like, of course I'm going to forget her name. Mariska? Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, she's like one of the main characters. I really like her, though. She wrote a memoir in 2010 called Foxy, My Life in 3 Acts, who was also co-written by Andrea Kagan, which I need to look that up. I didn't even look it up. And then in 2018, she said that there was a biopic that was based on her book, and it's supposed to be called Pam. So definitely gonna look that up too and look into that. So we're gonna talk about Foxy Brown. Like I said, it's an American Blaxploitation film. That's the genre. Oh, of course, I did not put the release date because, you know me, always got to forget something on my reviews. You know, can't have a perfect thing. But that's what Google is for. I want to say it was 1974. Okay, it is 1974. Okay, it was released April 5th, 1974. So let me get back to my notes. Like I said, it was directed by Jack Hill. And the synopsis is, it's a character who takes on a gang of white drug dealers who murdered her boyfriend, basically. So Pam Grier, of course, is Foxy Brown. Antonio Fargas as Lincoln Brown, which is her brother. Peter Brown as Stevie Elias. He's like one of the evil white drug dealers. He's like the main guy. Him and the next person, Catherine Loader as Myth Catherine Wall. I find that funny that they spelled her name the same way as her real name. But those two are like the king and queen of like the drug gang that they're in. Basically, they're like the top people. Terry Carter as Dalton Force as Michael Anderson, who is her boyfriend. Harry Holcomb as Judge Fenton. So, yeah. And then Sig Haig as Hayes. I don't remember what Hayes does, but I feel like he's like one of the henchmen. I don't know why I kept that in there. But anyway. But Juanita Brown as Claudia. So they have like basically, the bad people have like a sex trafficking ring, basically. So Claudia is one of the girls that gets like trapped in it. And then Foxy Brown's boyfriend is Dalton Ford / Michael Anderson. He went through plastic surgery because he was allegedly an informant. I'm going to talk about like how he ended up getting killed and everything. We'll talk about that later. But I'm going to talk about my pros and cons. Well, no, I'll talk about it now. So basically, her boyfriend allegedly was an informant. He was a federal agent, like a police officer, and he allegedly testified against this white gang that Miss Catherine and Stevie Elias are a part of. So that's why they kill him. Spoiler alert. But anyway. Oh, also, if you want to, well, I'll talk about where you want to watch the movie. But I'll talk about it now. If you want to watch the movie, you have to rent it. It's on Prime, YouTube. But if you want to watch it for free, Tubi will have it at the end of the month. Of course. Not when I actually want to watch it. But if you want to watch it when it's free, it comes out on the 28th on Tubi. So I'm going to get into my pros and my cons. So my pros are Pam Grier's acting, number one. She really made this character like a full body character. Like she brings so much sass and vulnerability to Foxy. And she's able to make her motivations believable and make people relate to her cause, you know. And I really loved her embodiment of the character, and she did a great job acting in this role. I feel like I really just love Pam Grier in general. Like even before I really saw her in anything, I was like, she's just so cool, you know. Okay, for this next part, I'm gonna work on my editing skills, so I'm gonna try to like insert pictures when I talk about the wardrobe. So if it's successful, you will see it like either over here or over here, whichever way I split the screen, you know, because I Googled it and I figured out how to do it. So stay tuned for my full editing abilities. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the general wardrobe, and then I'm going to talk about specific ones, and I'm going to put the pictures that I could find. It's like, of course, everything is just so loud when I'm trying to record. Somebody, of course, needs the ambulance right when I'm recording. It's just great, y'all. Okay. But the wardrobe in the movie was so beautiful to me and so unique. And like I said, I will add the pictures. One thing I was really upset about was that I could not find any full body pictures in color. I found some in black and white, but it just would not do it justice. And I really hate that they had some full body, like they had some really cute dresses, like for the scene where Foxy Brown is infiltrating the gang. Like they call it a modeling agency, but really it's sex trafficking rink. And she's like has really cute outfits on and stuff, but take the pictures in black and white, of course. But I was really shocked. I could not find like a lot of full color like photo shoots. I feel like maybe they didn't take like a lot of promotional like pictures of the actual things that they wore, but there's a lot of movie stills. But I'll show them. So especially because this movie is like was and still is very popular, I was like, why can't you find anything? But Ruth West was in charge of the wardrobe, and she did a great job. Like I said, I wish there were better photos, but I'm going to show them. But I'm going to cue myself so that I know when to put the stuff. But she had this blue outfit. It was my favorite. It was like she had like this blue design headscarf with the matching shirt and then blue pants with it. It was so cute. So cue to me to put it right here, wherever I'm going to put it in. And then my second favorite, well, I don't know if it's my second favorite, but it's another favorite outfit, was this red jumpsuit that she wore. Like, what did she wear? Was she coming to the agency? No, I think she was coming. It was a different date that she was like, I think they found out who she was and like how she was connected to like Michael Anderson and stuff. But it was so cute. It was this red jumpsuit, and it was just like, she was looking so fine. Gonna insert it somewhere. And then this yellow two-piece when she first came in and like infiltrated the white gang. It just looks so great. She was just so fine in it. So like I said, cueing myself to, if I figure this out. Otherwise, if I don't figure it out, I'm just gonna put everything at the end of the video. And then she had this black outfit with her afro when she was talking to when she, so basically they found out about her. They sent her to like the ranch, and it's basically like where she got sexually assaulted, and like where they send people girls who are like not doing what they want, I guess they send them there. But when she comes back, like when she's finally getting her like final revenge, she's wearing this black outfit with her afro, and it just looks so cute. So once again, it's gonna be somewhere if I figure it out. I'm trying to work on my editing, so yeah. Okay, my other pro was the music. The music was like on par for 70s Blaxploitation movies. And my favorite song was like Foxy Brown's like Foxy's theme song. It was just so like, I thought it was so cool. Like she got her own theme song. It basically explains like how she's mean and like she's tough and all these things. And it was really cute. And I felt like all the music really fit. And then my last pro is all of the characters are very unique. Besides Foxy, I thought a lot of the characters were unique. Like her no good brother Link, which we're going to get into him in the cons. So hold on to that. Miss Catherine was the leader of the drug operation and sex traffic. I guess I meant sex trafficker. But she was very unique and eccentric and kind of like awkward. Like, I don't know if she was supposed to be awkward, but she seemed kind of awkward. But besides, her being the evil, woman, I felt like she was really unique and like interesting, and yeah. And so it made her interesting to watch. And then also Claudia was like another sex trafficking victim. Like, she was really unique. She did drugs to cope with her situation, and she just wanted to go back with her family. So at one point when they're like supposed to go out on like a date, her husband and like her son come, and they're like, we're leaving, and she's like so sad. And then of course, Elias, that's what they call him throughout the movie. I don't think they really, no, Catherine calls him Stevie or Steve or whatever. But Elias, like, of course roughs up the husband, is like, telling him to get out of there. And she has a unique style as well. So that was cool to see. So I'm going to put a picture of her. She had this, it was so cute, y'all. It was like a crochet 2-piece outfit. I'm going to insert the picture. So those are all my pros for the movie. So my cons were the plot and the pacing. So first I had them separated, but then they kind of intermingle. So I put them together. So the main plot is Foxy getting revenge, but everything around it just wasn't really solid. Like, it was pieced together weirdly. It didn't flow weirdly. It could be a director note or something, because it's like, you would go to a scene, then you go to another scene, then you go to the scene. It's scene. It wasn't like a flow, like a flowy story. Like, you just go here, and then it flows into there. It wasn't like that, y'all. Not that it didn't make sense, but it might have, like I said, it was a flow issue. And the pacing was disjointed and sloppy, and it felt rushed kind of at the end. And I felt like they spent too much time on the brother, like the first maybe 30 minutes of the movie, 20 minutes. Which he's not even the main character. But I get why. Like, they kind of spent time with him, but I didn't really think they needed that much time. But yeah, they seem to just cram everything like so much, like kind of after that. And I don't know if they really needed the ranch part, honestly. I mean, I guess they needed her to come back, like some way that she would have came back, but whatever. All right, so another con, the brother, Link. The actor to play him did a great job, because I couldn't stand that man, LOL. So the brother basically ratted out Foxy Brown's boyfriend, and so he was like a drug dealer, but I think he was also like a gambler, so he owed them money, basically. So he turned in the boyfriend so that he could get money, and he could be selling drugs again and get drugs. So yeah. Which, once she started getting revenge, like, they realized, like, oh, that's your sister and stuff, so they killed him anyway. So, oh, something I forgot to mention about Claudia. Foxy Brown does help her reunite with her husband and her son. Like, she gets to go to the airport with them. They don't really show it, which is another thing about the plot. Sometimes things happen, are supposed to happen, but they don't really show it. You don't see Claudia. Granted, she's not the main character, I get it. But you don't see Claudia, like, actually going to the airport and seeing her son and her, like, husband. So you don't know what could have happened to her, honestly. But yeah, so I don't really think it was worth it for Link to like rat them out, because he just got killed anyway. And then he also had a white girlfriend, so didn't approve of that either. And then my last con was the fighting. So I'm not a fighting coordinator, but it just looks sloppy to me, like comedically sloppy, LOL. Which I don't think they were going for, but they had this bar fight when like Claudia was supposed to be at, Foxy's house, like so Foxy could get her to her husband and kid, and it just looked a mess. It just looked like a jumbled mess. And even the fights with like just Foxy and like anybody else was kind of awkward. But I'm sure it's Blaxploitation. Is it gonna be the best fighting you ever seen? Is it gonna be like Jet Li or you know what I mean, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, one of those. It's probably not going to be like that. So, you know, I guess it comes with the territory. But here's my overall opinion. I really enjoyed this movie. Besides its flaws, like I said, I always loved Pam Grier even before I saw her in anything. And now I want to see her in everything she's ever acted in. LOL. I just like her whole aesthetic, and like I feel like her talent is just so radiant that you can't help but, you know, be drawn to her. And of course, I love the wardrobe of this movie. I feel like it was so fun. And where am I? Yeah, oh, I love the wardrobe for the antagonist too. Even and the side characters, I really thought it was cool. I was glad that Foxy got her vengeance that she was after. Of course, that's the point of the movie. And I would give it a 7 out of 10. I think it was fun to watch. However, like I said, there's some sexual violence. Although I will say you don't see anything in graphic detail. Like, it kind of cuts away before, like, they show anything. So if you're worried about that, that's there. Of course, there's regular violence, but, you know, it's a revenge movie. You're going to be getting revenge. And like I said, it's going to be free at the end of the month on Tubi. But I watched it on Prime for $3.99. So I wrote another tie burn because I was like, I want to do this right. So it's a 6-line poem consisting of 4 2-syllable lines. So 2, 2, 2, 2. And then the last 2 lines are 9 syllables. And so the first 4 lines rhyme and are descriptive words. And then the last 2 lines rhyme and incorporate the first, second, third, and fourth lines as the 5th through 8th syllables. So that was kind of harder than I was actually expecting. So here we go. So the title is called Whoa Foxy, because like Whoa Nelly, except it's spelled W-O-E. They might be clever, but here we go. Mean, lean, obscene, keen. They say she's so mean, she leans on foes. She's so very obscene, keen to cause woes. So yeah, that was Foxy Brown. I hope you all like that poem. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was like, oh, this structure shouldn't be too bad, but it was hard. The last time I did it, I didn't do it right, so it wasn't as hard as I tried to do it right. But you know, hey, it's my second attempt. I'm not gonna be perfect. So yeah, if you've seen Foxy Brown, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you have any other Blaxploitation movies you like. I know I'm gonna review Shaft, Dolomite, and Cleopatra Jones. So I'm gonna do 2 women-led films and 2 men-led films. I definitely do want to watch Coffee with Pam Grier as well. I don't know if I'll do like a mini review on it. I might. But yeah, 2 of those movies are free. I guess it depends. Okay, so Dolomite is on Tubi, and Tubi's free for everyone. And then I have HBO Max for Shaft. Cleopatra Jones, you do have to rent, but I might look at my options for that one. So yeah, hopefully I will be back in my own room next week. It feels like it's been forever. So we'll see. But yeah, I will see you all next week. Happy Black History Month. I hope you're looking at Black creators like me and other Black creators on here and on this is YouTube. On YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram and all the thousands of social media it seems like they have. So yeah, I will see you all next week.